What do you think is going to be the future in terms of what you've learned during the pandemic and post-pandemic? Many people had to start learning how to cook. I
Right.
remember in the early days of the pandemic, you'd go to Target and a bunch of people buying pans and pots and so forth. So, what do you think is going to be what's the vision for Anycart and the future in terms of what would you like to build if you had a shared, whatever you can of the Anycart
Yeah.
master plan?
No, I mean, for us, I don't think we really changed the product vision. Like my since 2011, what I want to do is to positively impact millions of people every day, and that's the mission of Anycart. We set that as the mission, and everybody like in the company is really excited about this mission. We are building the best tools in the planet for grocery shopping. That help people to that positively impact millions of people every day, right? So that's super simple, but in the end, like I strongly believe we are the only ones today that's really focusing on the end user experience, in the sense that we really didn't change much because of the pandemic. We think that grocery shopping before the pandemic was a disaster, because like people would use grocery shopping like 4 times a year. Like, oh yeah, you have a birthday party and you're late. Like you maybe use Instacart, pay the extra fees, and you're fine. But like, I think Anycart is the only company in the planet that is fully focused in figuring out a way to make people shop online for groceries every 5 days. So if we have that story, like if we figure that out, what does that mean? We don't have the answer yet, but that's where we're fully focused to be the company who can bring you back to shop for groceries online every 5 days, right? Just meaning like people do this, like people already do this without online, right? We just think like if we can bring that online, the behavior, whatever it is, like it might be just like same prices as the store. Maybe like you don't want to pay the markups. Maybe you don't want to pay for delivery. We don't know the exact combination, convenience, but we know that's what we're focused on, and that's like we're moving very fast, like to do insane things. Like we figured your shopping, like that. I'm gonna tell you the secret of Anycart. what we
I love
actually
it.
what we're actually building is like that all these grocery shopping sites, they feel like a portal. Do you remember in Brazil, like they had wall or something? Like it's just a
Oh yeah,
portal.
it still exists. It's do you remember? It's still there, but I know I understand that it seems like a Paleozoic product.
That I don't know why, but all these grocery sites, they look like portals, where like grocery shopping, like they have the search at the top, but like search queries on grocery sites, they're just like you're building a shopping list. So why do you have to type the same things over and over and over every time? Like like Anycart's collecting the data, and then we can predict what's your shopping list before you even know, depending on the day, the weather, and all the
Yeah.
things. So
And not just that, but I think that like in the end, I find that like when you're talking about the joyful aspect of the experience of the offline experience in a grocery store is the discoverability. You
right.
feel like you're in this mini adventure, when you go to the cheese like aisle on Whole Foods, and there are like 50,000 different cheeses, and you're like, oh, I wonder what's goat cheese soft whatever with herbs, and what about this? And you kind of look at them and you're like, oh, I didn't know such a small piece of cheese could cost $17. I wonder if that's good. Maybe right? Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. And I find it's like all the online apps, and in my opinion, the native app that is just groceries alone, right? So not counting you guys, that has the best experience is Good Eggs, and it's because of the load times of the app and the quality of the pictures. But still, it's that whole aisle reproduction of you're making me walk every
Right.
aisle digitally.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's fucking
Exactly.
stupid. I am not on the supermarket, so stop
Yeah.
making me walk and make the entire experience complementary and faster. Meaning, if I'm buying a porterhouse steak inside Good Eggs, do I need salt? Do I need pepper? Would I like to make it in such a way? And then in 2 clicks, boom, boom, I buy it all. It's all in my cart. So these tiny optimizations, I think, can like propel GMV for the retailers in a crazy way. Crazy way.
This example that you said is the same as like now Anycart. We just like launched the app. By the way, 1 week ago we got approval from Apple. We'll have this insane architecture. Like the tech of our mobile app is insane. Anyway, so we just launched. So we have a car in the market. Like remember, right? And that example that you gave to me is the same as like our car has flattened tires. As soon as we put that, our car is gonna go much faster, right? Because having those type of features on top of the app, insane. And our app is very simple. Like first tab, inspiration. We try to solve inspiration of the like aisles or recipes or things like that. Very like inspiration is the first tab. Second tab is like imagine Pedro goes on the app. I just want my milk, my bacon, my eggs. And I want to get this list very quickly. So the auto shopping list, we predict your shopping list and put it in the second tab, right? So unifying like being super fast at finishing the list with inspiration when you feel inspired. And you know, that's it. Like that's very simple app. And then allowing you to copy and paste the shopping list directly on Anycart and shop it. That's nobody has this feature, right? And it's such a simple marketable idea, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes the simple marketable ideas, when you just change one thing, can fundamentally, build multiple billions in value. Bumble versus Tinder, it's a great example, right? It's just that the women, like do the first move. That's it, simple. So it's the same thing here. But I think if there's like one final thing for that would summarize this entire chat is that in order to build a successful business, you gotta brute force insane things, and then your life is gonna turn out okay, right?
Yeah,
I love it.